Are you using Windows 10 and wondering if you should upgrade to Windows 11? Or are you completely new and not sure which one to pick? Well, today we lines compare both operating systems side by side so you can see the differences in the user interface, performance, gaming, security, and much more to figure out which one is right for you. Let's get started. All right, to kick things off, let's look at the user interface and design. In our first comparison point, Windows 10 comes with the classic Start menu that features live tiles and customizable shortcuts. On the other hand, Windows 11 features a centered Start menu and taskbar similar to macOS, which can be customized as well. But overall, Windows 10 has sharper corners and a more traditional look, whereas Windows 11 looks much more modern with its rounded corners and new fluent design language. Besides that, multitasking is also done better in Windows 11 thanks to snap layouts, which allows you to snap windows to any side and quickly switch between them without having to open Task View. And last but not least, widgets are accessed via the Start menu in Windows 10, whereas they're pinned to the taskbar in Windows 11. So overall, Windows 11 has a cleaner look and brings some much-needed changes to the UI compared to Windows 10. But ultimately, it comes down to personal preference on which one you like better. And with that being said, let us know in the comments below which version you would pick. Next up, let's talk about performance and system requirements. Unlike Windows 11, Windows 10 doesn't have strict system requirements and can even run on fairly old hardware, whereas Windows 11 requires at least a TPM 2.0 chip and secure boot enabled. Other than that, when it comes to pure performance, I found that Windows 10 boots up slightly faster than Windows 11. However, when it comes to everyday use, both versions perform pretty much the same. Although Windows 11 does come with some under-the-hood improvements such as better memory management, which could help you save up to 2 GB of RAM by keeping background apps inactive instead of just quitting them entirely. Ultimately, Windows 11 is optimized for modern CPUs and SSD drives, whereas Windows 10 works better on hard drives. So if you have an older machine, then you might want to stick with Windows 10. But if you have a fairly new PC with an SSD, then there shouldn't be too much of a difference either way. Either way, when it comes to heavy productivity tasks such as video editing, graphic design, or coding, both operating systems do a pretty good job. Now, speaking of productivity, if you were looking for an easy and fast way to upgrade your home Wi-Fi to get the fastest speeds available, then look no further than today's sponsor, Eero. With Eero Secure, you'll be able to keep your family safe online, block threats, and even pause specific devices from the app. Not only that, but you can also control which websites and apps your kids can access and even set limits on how much data they use and for how long. The best part is that it's super easy to set up. Just plug in the router, download the app, and that's it. Now you have a powerful mesh Wi-Fi system that delivers strong signals throughout your entire home. And now back to the video. Up next, let's talk about gaming. And first things first, both operating systems support the same DirectX 12 standard. However, Windows 11 does come with a couple of cool features that can improve the gaming experience. First of all, Microsoft's Direct Storage technology is available in Windows 11, which helps games load up much faster. Additionally, Auto HDR improves your in-game visibility by converting SDR content into HDR on supported displays, giving you brighter and darker details. As a result, games look much better in Windows 11. Besides that, Windows 11 is also optimized for cloud gaming through Xbox Game Pass, so you can stream hundreds of high-quality games without having to install them on your hard drive. But don't worry, Windows 10 still holds up quite well when it comes to gaming, so you'll be just fine on both operating systems. Just make sure to turn on game modes so you won't get any pop-up notifications that could potentially ruin your gaming session. Next up, let's talk about security. And here's where things get interesting because although both operating systems are very secure, Windows 11 takes things to the next level. To begin with, Windows 11 requires TPM 2.0 and Secure Boot to be enabled, whereas Windows 10 doesn't. Not only that, but Windows 11 also comes with a brand new Pluton security chip built into the CPU that encrypts your data and stores it in a hardware security module instead of relying on software. This means your sensitive information such as passwords and credit card numbers are much safer in Windows 11. Moreover, Windows 11 also gets longer support from Microsoft, so it'll be supported until at least 2031, whereas Windows 10 until 2025. This means that Windows 10 will stop getting regular security updates in less than 3 years, whereas Windows 11 for at least 7 years. So if you're looking for long-term support, then Windows 11 is definitely the way to go. However, rest assured that Windows 10 is still very safe if you're rerunning it on the latest updates and haven't yet upgraded to Windows 11. So next up, let's answer the big question. Should you upgrade to Windows 11 or should you stick with Windows 10? Well, to make things simple, here's a table summarizing the pros and cons of both operating systems. So if you want a modern-looking operating system with improved gaming features, better multitasking capabilities, and long-term support, then you should definitely upgrade to Windows 11. But if your PC doesn't meet the minimum requirements, if you prefer the classic Windows look or if you need a stable and reliable operating system for work, then you should definitely stick with Windows 10. Personally, I'm running both operating systems on different machines. So I have Windows 11 installed on my main PC because it meets the system requirements and I love the modern look, whereas I have Windows 10 on my laptop because it doesn't support Windows 11 and it's mostly used for work. Either way, both operating systems do a great job. But now I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on Windows 10 versus Windows 11? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.